Okay, welcome to the class, everybody. Today we're going to be focusing on enlivening the spine. Okay, so I'd like you to just sit in a way that you can really start to feel the spine elongating and enlivening. Okay, and we're going to start with a practice called Kapala Bati. It's a simple kriya to basically clean the lungs, to expel all excessive carbon dioxide and to invite fresh oxygen into the lungs. So I'd like you to imagine that you're going to be blowing out a candle and everybody go, shh. I hope I didn't spit on you. And go, shh. So bring your left hand to your belly, and then what you'll notice when you go shh, is that your belly will be pulled in. So go shh. Relax the belly and do it again. Shh. Relax the belly. Shh. Now keep doing that. Shh. And now do it through your nose. Okay, good. That's Kapalabhati. We're going to do 3 rounds of 27. Okay, so I'd like you guys to take a deep breath in, close your eyes, and then we'll begin our first round of Kapala Bati. As you're doing this, keep focusing on lengthening the spine. See if you can feel your spine lengthening from tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. And in this way, you start to feel this kind of enlivening in the spine. Exhale all the way. Now, take a deep breath in. And then exhale quietly. Start to feel this kind of fluidity of breath. Notice how your breath has changed. Your body feels a little bit different. And then we'll do our second round of Kapalabhati. So when you're ready, take a deep breath in. Exhale all the way. And let's do our next round of Kapalabhati. As you're doing this practice, keep feeling the top of the head rising upwards towards the ceiling, please. Okay, and then let's bring the second round to a close. Exhale all the way. And then inhale deeply. And exhale deeply. Inhale deeply, noticing how your body feels a little different. Your breath feels a little different. Maybe the quality of your mind has shifted a little bit. We'll do our third round. When you're ready, inhale deeply, exhale deeply, and when you're finished, let's finish that breath. Begin your last round of Kapalabhati. Exhale all the way out. Finishing this round, then take a deep breath in. See if you can breathe in just a little bit more air, and then exhale quietly. Feel the breath becoming more fluid, more full. Please continue breathing in this deep way, noticing how long it takes for you to inhale and how long it takes for you to exhale. So you can count on the inhalation and count on the exhalation. You might notice that if you breathe in for 4, you might exhale for 3 or 4 or 5 5 or 6. But see if you can start to balance the inhale and exhale. So make the inhale the same count as the exhale. Make the exhale the same count as the inhale. Inhaling deeply and fully, and exhaling deeply and fully. As you're breathing in this way, feel the breath entering in through the lower part of your torso and through in the stomach. Feel the breath filling the pelvic floor. And then as you inhale, the breath then fills the floating ribs. And then the upper part of your chest. And then as you exhale, the breath leaves the upper part of your chest, leaves the solar region, the floating ribs, and then the lower belly. So just as if your torso was like a glass, you can see the glass getting full from the bottom to the top, and then emptying from the top to the bottom. As you inhale, filling stomach, ribs, and then upper chest. And as you exhale, the breath leaving upper chest, ribs, and stomach. We'll take a couple more breaths. Really steady the breath. Refine the quality of your breathing so that you're breathing fully and deeply, and yet with a sense of equanimity, consistency, and stability. All the while lengthening your spine and feeling the spine becoming more and more enlivened. Beautiful. So take another breath in and exhale out, and then bring your hands together in Namaste Mudra. Just rub the palms for a moment. Then bring the hands over your eyes. And then very slowly start to open the eyes to the darkness of the palms. And then just gently start to come forward. And please make your way to all fours. Let's come on to your hands and knees. Take a moment on hands and knees, the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips, and then lift the chest and heart and exhale and round the back. Inhale, come into full extension, lift the chest and heart. And then exhale and round the back. And what I'd like you to do is to come back into extension and then come a little bit out of extension so that you're in neutral spine. Tuck the toes. Pause there just for a moment. Take another full breath in. Feel how your spine is becoming more enlivened. Drop this a little bit more. There you go, right there. Now exhale, come into downward facing dog. Lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Inhale, come to your hands and knees. Slowly bring the knees to the floor so you can feel kind of that gripping sensation in your core. Exhale, come into downward facing dog. Inhale, come to hands and knees. Lift the chest and heart, come into neutral spine. Exhale, take that neutral spine into downward dog. See if you can maintain the sense of aliveness and length. Inhale, back into your knees. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Inhale to your knees. Lift the chest and heart, slowly bringing the knees down. Exhale, come into downward facing dog. Inhale, come to hands and knees. And exhale, come into downward facing dog. Very nice. So stay in downward dog for a few breaths here. See if you can get some more length in downward dog in your spine. Lift the inner thighs up and press the leg bones back. And you'll notice that will help to get the spine even longer. Press down into your hands between thumb and forefinger. Press each of the knuckles of the hands down into the floor. Nice, Lakeland. Inhaling here, exhaling, feeling the forearms kind of lift away from the floor a little bit. The biceps roll outwards. Straightening the arms, lengthen the inside of your elbows. Hollow the armpits. Good. And then inhale, come to plank pose. Just pause there for a brief moment. Press back through the heels of your feet. Legs energized upwards. The spine is enlivened. And then exhale, slowly come all the way down to the floor. Good. Take your arms down beside your waist, please. Just relax them. And then inhale, lift the chest and the legs off the floor as high as you can. Really want you to focus on feeling the muscles in the lower back contract deeply. Lift the legs up a little bit more if you can, Brenna. Exhale, come on down. Okay, so if you didn't find that you were lifting up high enough, probably because you weren't smiling enough. So lift the corners of your mouth next time. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the legs, lift up as high as you can. Beautiful. In this way, we're really starting to energize the spine. Exhale, come on down and relax. Either bring your forehead, chin to the floor, turn your head gently to the side. Inhale, slowly come back up. Lift the chest, lift the legs up as high as you can. Keep your legs straight and think about lifting from the inner thighs upwards. Beautiful. Exhale, come on down. Turn the head to the side or just bring the forehead down. Feel that sense of aliveness in your spine, how the spine is becoming more enlivened. Lift the chest, lift the thighs, lift up as high as you can. That's it, Heidi. Inhaling deeply. You can lift the chin a little bit, but if you find that you're lifting too much, maybe bring the chin slightly to the chest, lengthen the back of your neck. Exhale, come on down. Just relax, take a deep breath. Enjoy that feeling of becoming enlivened. Lift up in the chest, lift up in the legs. That's it. Nice, Nicole. See if you can lift the inner thighs up a little bit more. Lift the inner thighs up. There we go, and come on down. Nice. Take a breath in and exhale. And then lift up on the inhale. Lift the legs, lift the chest. Lift your thighs, and then slowly come on down. Very good. Shake the glutes just a little bit, just so you're completely relaxed. And then at that most relaxed state, come on up for the last one. Lift the legs up, lift your chest. Nice, Heidi. Can you lift the manubrium up a little bit more this time? And then lift the inner thighs up. Lift them up, lift them up. Squeeze the glutes, lift them up. And then slowly come on down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders and come into downward facing dog. Oh, I'm sorry. Come back onto your knees for a second. Just please put 2 blocks at the front of your mat, just so that we're going to use them for the next pose. Good. And then when you're ready, come into downward dog. And from downward dog, lunge your right foot up to your hands, please, and then take those 2 blocks and place them underneath your hands. Now draw the chest forward. We'll do the first one a little slower, then we'll move a little bit faster. But take the chest forward. With the back leg, the back knee off the floor, push back through the heel of the foot and feel the back of the knee opening up. Can you draw the chest forward a little bit more? Exhale, take the right foot back, come into downward facing dog. Inhale, take the left foot up to the hands. Again, place the blocks underneath the hands. The blocks are there so you can really start to feel this sense of extension in the upper back. Jennifer, push back if you can a little more through the right heel of the foot. There you go. Even feel the hips lifting a little bit so that you're not just sinking down to the floor, that there's a sense of lifting up away, hips to midline, pubic bone forward. Exhale, take the left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Inhale, take the right foot up to the hands. Nice. Pause there just for a brief moment. Feel the extension in your spine. Breathe a sense of life into your spine. Feel the spine becoming more enlivened. Exhale, take your right foot back, come into downward dog. Inhale, take the left foot up to the hands. Good. Blocks underneath the hands. Can you even come a little bit more on the fingertips so you're just kind of hovering on the block? There you go. Lift the manubrium up. Lift the not the head. Lift the manubrium. There you go. Exhale, take the left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, take the right foot up to the hands. Beautiful. Nice, Ruba. Bring the chin slightly to the chest, but then lift the manubrium up here. Nice. Again, hovering a little bit on those blocks if you can. Nice. Like Lynn. Squeeze the hips into midline. Lift the back leg a little bit away from the floor. Nice. Exhale. Take the right foot back, downward dog. And then take the left foot up to the hands. Nice. Again, hips to midline here. Hips to midline. Lift the pubic bone away from the thigh. Lift the inner right thigh up towards the ceiling. See if you can, Sammy, draw the chest a little bit more forward. Nice. Exhale, take the left foot back, downward facing dog. Then take the right foot up to the hands. Good. Pause there just for a moment. Nice. And then slowly bring the left knee down to the floor. Slide the blocks back. Maybe bring the blocks to their highest level. And then start to straighten the right leg and bring the hips back a little bit. Now lift the chest, lift the heart, draw the shoulder blades back. Two kinds of actions here. One, flex the right foot, but then don't move the foot, but feel like you're pressing the ball of the foot away a little bit. Then draw the shoulder blades back and really create as much extension into the spine as possible. And in this way, we start to really enliven the spine. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Then I'll lift the chest up. Wait, there you go. That's it. And then slowly bend the front knee. Take the right foot back. Come into downward facing dog. Good. Take the left foot forward, foot up to the hands. Pause in that runner's lunge, Anjaneyasana, just for a moment. And then slowly start to bring the right knee down to the floor. Start to straighten the left leg. Take the blocks back with you. Bring the blocks to the highest level. And from there, really elongate the spine. Lift the chest up. Draw the shoulder blades back. Lengthen the back of your neck. Inhale deeply. Drop this hip a little. There you go. Lift up. There you go. Now draw the shoulder blades back. Feel how the spine is becoming more enlivened, more stable, more steady. Exhale, bend the left knee. Take the left foot back. Come into downward facing dog. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply. Very good. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, walk, step or float the feet up to the hands. And exhale and fold forward. Good. And then hands to the waist. Elongate the spine, shoulder blades back, enliven your spine, and then slowly start to come back up to standing. Nice. Nice, Marilyn. Good. Bend the knee, Look down at your feet, please, and bring the feet hip distance apart. And then inhale, bend the knees, bring the arms forward, come on up into chair pose. So sit back into chair, lift the toes just a little bit, and then exhale, come forward all the way. Keep the arms lifted as much as you can, hands to the floor, let the head relax down. Inhale, swing the arms forward, come and sit back into chair pose. Pause there for a moment. Again, lift the toes just a little bit to anchor into the heels of the feet. Lift the pubic bone away from the thighs. Inhale, straighten the legs. And exhale, Namaste Mudra. Inhale, bring the arms, reach out. Bend the knees, sit back into chair. Want that curve in the lumbar spine. So let the buttocks kind of stick out just a little bit, but then take the arm bones back and bring the chest back so you can really start to feel the spine becoming more enlivened, more engaged. Exhale, come forward. Keep the knees slightly flexed. Let the head relax down at that last moment. Inhale, sit back into chair pose. Pause there just for a moment. Exhale, and then inhale, straighten the legs, and exhale into Namaste Mudra. Inhale, bend the knees, breathe into chair pose. Everybody lift the toes just for a moment. Anchor into the backs of the heels. Kind of sit back, and then exhale, come forward. Keep the arms lifted as long as you can, keeping that spinal extension. Then bend the knees, sit back into chair pose. Now find the inner arches of your feet. If that's hard, then just press down more into the outer edges of your feet. Lift the chest, sit back, inhale, straighten the legs, and come into Namaste Mudra on the exhale. Good. Inhale, bend the knees, breathe into chair pose. Lift the inner arches of the feet. Lift the toes, lift the corners of your mouth upwards. Exhale, come forward. Nice. Keep the knees slightly flexed, Brenna. There you go. Inhale, sit back into chair pose. Nice. Lift the toes just a little bit. Nice, Dave. Dave, let your butt come out a little bit more. Let your butt come out more. Now sit back into chair. And then inhale, straighten the legs. And exhale into Namaste Mudra. Inhale. Last one. Bend the knees, come into chair pose. This time we're just going to hold it for a few breaths. So really sit back as much as you can. Feel the inner arches lifting upwards. Nice. Then bring the chest back a little bit more. So sit back, then bring the chest back. Sit back, bring the chest back. Sit back, bring the chest back. Bring the biceps back behind the ears. Can you sit down a little bit more? And then inhale, come and straighten the legs. And exhale, Namaste Mudra. Just close your eyes for a moment. Notice what's happening in your body. Notice what's happening in your breath. Do you feel your spine becoming more enlivened? Are you aware of your spine a little bit more? Very good. Now we're going to do a practice, Sun Salutation C, Surya Namaskar C. So we'll do it a few times. The first one will go a little slower, and then we'll go a little more with the breath in the second two. So inhale, bring the arms, reach up to the sky. Keep the hands a little separated, but then go back as much as you can. There's an invitation to take a back bend. Go back as much as you like. Push down through the heels of the feet. And then exhale, come into the forward fold, Uttanasana. So fold forward with the breath. From here, lunge your right foot back as far as you can, knee to the floor. We'll just pause there for a brief moment. Draw the chest forward. You can let the hips dip just a little bit. Try not to let the front knee come over the heel of the foot. So you want to make sure that the knee is in line with the heel of the foot. Exhale, come back into downward facing dog. From here, we're going to inhale into plank pose. Just pause in plank for a moment. This one we'll just pause. Feel the shoulders come back, bring the chest forward a little bit, push back through the heels of the feet. Take the sides of the belly inwards. Then exhale, bring the knees and the chest and the chin to the floor. So the buttocks is kind of sticking up just a little bit, Ashtangasana. Then inhale, slide the nose, chest, chin along the floor. Keep the shoulder blades back. Coming into Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, come into Downward Facing Dog. Just pause in Down Dog. This one we'll just pause just for a brief moment. Feel yourself extending your spine. And then inhale, lunge the right foot up to the hands and left knee to the floor. Again, this one we'll just pause for just a brief moment. Feel the shoulder blades coming back. Let the hips dip just a little bit. Elongate the back of your neck. Lift the manubrium upwards. And then exhale, take the left foot up to the hands and fold forwards. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come on up with a nice extended spine. Go back if it feels good. Feel the stability, support of your spine. Exhale, come into Namaste Mudra. Inhale, bring the arms, reach up to the sky. Go back if it feels good. Exhale, fold forward into Uttanasana. Inhale, bring the right foot back as far as you can. Knee to the floor. Exhale, take the left foot back. Come into Downward Facing Dog. Nice posture, Alex. Inhale, come into plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, come into Cobra. Slide forward into Cobra. Exhale, come into Downward Facing Dog. Inhale, take the right foot up to the hands. Left knee to the floor. Exhale, left foot up to the hands and fold forward into Uttanasana. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come on up, nice, elongated spine. Go back if it feels good. Exhale, Namaste Mudra. Just stay there for a breath. Again, feeling the sense of aliveness, alert, steadiness. The spine is truly becoming enlivened. The source of prana in the spine is starting to radiate, to percolate. Inhale, bring the arms, reach up. Go back if it feels good. Lift the manubrium in the chest. Exhale, fold forward into Uttanasana. Inhale, take the right foot back, knee to the floor. Lift the chest and heart. Feel the extension of the spine. Exhale, take the left foot back. Come into Downward Facing Dog. Inhale, come into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale into Cobra. And exhale into Downward Dog. Inhale, take the right foot up to the hands. Left knee to the floor. Exhale, take the left foot up to the hands, fold forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come on up with a nice extended spine. Go back if it feels good. Exhale, Namaste Mudra. Again, just pause for a brief moment. Just close your eyes. Just tune inwards. Feel how the body is shifting and that there's this sense of awakening in the spine. Good. Inhale. We're going to do Surya Namaskar A now. Inhale, bring the arms, reach out and up. Exhale, fold forward into Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the chest away from the legs, extending the spine. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bring the feet back into Downward Facing Dog. Inhale, come into plank pose. Exhale to Chaturanga or to the floor. Inhale into Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, come into Downward Facing Dog. Inhale, staying here for 5 breaths. Exhale deeply. Feel the hands on the floor. Press down in each knuckle of the hands. The shoulders are slightly lifted away from the floor. The forearms are slightly lifted. The armpits are hollowed. There's an outer rotation of the biceps. Inhale deeply. And exhale deeply. Bend the knees. Inhale, walk, step, or float the feet up to the hands. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come on up with an extended spine. And exhale, Namaste Mudra. Just stay here for a breath, please. Breathe in fully. And exhale fully. Inhale, bring the arms, reach out and up to the sky. Lift the chest, lift the manubrium. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Extend the collarbones. Inhale, half lift, extend the spine. Exhale, fold, take the feet back into downward facing dog. Inhale into plank pose. Exhale, chest to the floor, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift up into Cobra or Up Dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Again, 5 breaths. Really feel the hands on the floor. Press down into each knuckle of the hands. Spread the fingers a little bit more if you can. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling deeply. Maybe soften the knees a little bit. Lift the toes up to engage and enliven the quads. Once you feel the quads enliven, can you push the leg bones back a little bit more without any stress, Pam, in the shoulders? So really soften the shoulders, hollow the armpits. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, walk, step, or float the feet up to the hands. And exhale and fold forwards. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come on up with a nice elongated spine. Lift the chest and heart. And exhale into Namaste Mudra. Just take a breath or two there. Inhale deeply. And exhale deeply. Inhaling deeply. And exhaling deeply. Beautiful. Okay, so from here, what I'd like you to do is to step your left foot back, please. Bring your hands to your hips. Just make sure that your back foot is turned in just a little bit. So there's a bit of an inner rotation. The back foot is about 45 degrees in. So just turn it in a little bit more, Alex. There you go. And then the hands on the hips and square the pelvic bones to the front foot. So if you've got 2 headlights on those pelvic bones, both those headlights are shining forwards. And then slowly start to bend the right knee and bring the hands forward, palms facing inward, and then bring the arms up to the sky as best as you can. If you've got any kind of shoulder issues, maybe consider, Heidi, bringing the arms a little wider if that feels better for you. Bending the front knee over the heel of the foot. Lift up at the pubic bone. Feel the whole belly lifting up, the sides of the belly turning in, and then bring the arm bones back. Lift up at the manubrium. Lift the chest upwards towards the ceiling. If you want to feel a little bit more in that right thigh and stabilize the right knee, lift the right toes just a little bit. Nice. Take a deep breath in, lift up at the left inner arch of the foot, pressing down in the back foot. And then inhale, straighten the right leg. Take the hands to the waist, lift the chest and heart, and exhale, come forward. Now please don't round the back. Come forward as far as you can come forward, keeping the sides of the belly coming into the midline, navel to spine. Draw the shoulder blades back. Really feel the spine starting to elongate here. Extend up in the chest. Elongate the neck. Bring the chin in slightly, Rochelle, to your chest. Just a little bit there. Nice. Draw the shoulder blades back. 2 more breaths here. Maybe lift or consider lifting just for a brief moment the right toes, and then lift the left toes and see if you can feel the outer edge of the left foot pressing down. Nice, Brenna. And then inhale, slowly come back up, navel to spine. Inhale, step your left foot up to your right foot and let your arms come down and just pause for a brief moment. Inhaling deeply and exhaling deeply. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling deeply. Feel how this practice is affecting your spine. A sense of length, enlivening quality. And then from here, let's step the right foot back and turn the toes in just a little bit so that the foot is at a 45-degree angle. Bring the hands to the waist, bring the hands to your hips, Squeeze the hips into the midline. Feel the pelvic bone kind of lifting and the sides of the belly moving in. Lift the left toes just for a brief moment and then start to bend the knee, the left knee over the left heel of the foot. Bring the arms forward, turn the palms inward. Bring the arms, reach up to the sky, biceps moving behind the ear so you can really start to feel a sense of back bending in the upper part of your chest. Keep the sides of the belly moving in to stabilize the core. Inhale deeply, exhale deeply. Inhale deeply, exhale deeply. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply. Take another deep breath in. Good. And then exhale, straighten the left leg. Bring the hands back to the hips. Squeeze the hips into the midline. Lift the pubic bone upwards. Lift the navel towards the heart. Draw the shoulder blades back. And then exhale, come forward over that left leg, keeping the spine elongated. Please don't round here. So really extending the torso towards the front of the room. Inhaling deeply and exhaling deeply. Inhaling deeply. Turn your breath to your spine. Feel the spine becoming stronger, more stable, and more enlivened. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, step your right foot back up to your left foot. And then come to Namaste Mudra just for a moment. Inhaling deeply and exhaling deeply. Inhaling deeply and exhaling deeply. Very good. Okay, so turn and face the right side of the room. Step your right foot back. And spread your feet probably about 4 feet apart, 3-4 feet apart. And then turn your right foot to the right. And please look at your left foot and make sure that your left foot is parallel with the back of your mat, or in this case, the front of your mat, okay? Then cross the arms, just let the elbows kind of hang down for a moment. Lift the chest and heart, lift the pubic bone upwards, that's it, Heidi. And then inhale, exhale, take the right shoulder towards the right hip bone. Good. Take the left arm behind your back and just kind of spiral the chest open a little bit more. Nice. Now let the right hand come down the right leg and just let it hang there for a moment. Really work on bringing the chest or stacking the shoulders on top of each other. So stack the shoulders on top of each other. Now bring the left hand towards the ceiling. We'll stay there just for a couple more breaths. Inhale deeply, exhale. See if you can spiral the heart towards the ceiling. It always helps if you lift the left corner of your mouth. Inhale deeply, exhale deeply, and then inhale, slowly come back up. Turn the right toes in, relax the arms just for a breath. Just feeling your spine waking up. It's so delicious. Turn the right toes in if you haven't. Turn the left toes out. Please look at your right foot and see that it's parallel with the back of your mat. Cross the arms here. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the pubic bone, lift the navel, take the sides of the belly inward, and then bring your left shoulder towards your left hip. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Bring the right arm behind your back, spiral the chest open. Feel again the spine elongated here. Then let the left hand drop down the left leg. Good. And then bring the right arm, reach up to the sky, and stack your shoulders over each other. Nice. Feel the spine elongating here. Take one more breath in. And exhale. Good. And then inhale, slowly come back up. And this time, exhale, step your right foot up to your left foot. And just pause. Bring the hands to Namaste Mudra. Close your eyes just for a moment. Cerrar sus ojos. Inhaling deeply. And exhaling deeply. And just feel for a moment. It's a sense of pranic awakening that starts to happen as we do these postures. When you're ready, please step your left foot towards the back of your mat. Grab 2 blocks. Grab 2 blocks and put 2 blocks like this together. And facing this side of the room, turn both toes in. Now draw an imaginary triangle from your 2 feet to a point in front of you, and please place those 2 blocks there. Nice. Inhale, bring the arms, reach out to the sides. Exhale, take the right hand to the blocks and the left hand up towards the sky. Open the chest up. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, take the left hand to the block and the right hand reaches up. Inhale, come back up. Feel the inner legs enlivening. Squeeze the feet together. Exhale, take the right hand to the blocks, left hand reaches up. Inhale, come back up. Turn the toes in, the heels out. Exhale, left hand to the block and right hand reaches up. Inhale, come back up. Is that easier or harder? Easier? Take the right hand down to the block, left hand reaches up. Really extend the spine, lift the chest forward. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, take the left hand to the block, right hand reaches up. Inhale, come back up. And this time we're going to hold for a few breaths. So right hand to the block, left hand up. Just pausing there for a moment. The toes slightly turn in, heels out. Lift up at the inner arches of your feet. Squeeze the outer shin bones to the midline. Think about your chest kind of moving towards this wall over here. And then you're kind of doing this little bit of a back bend. So there's a little bit of a cobra, that's it, Nicole, in the upper chest. Nice, beautiful, Kyle. Inhale deeply, exhale deeply. And then inhale, navel to spine, come back up. And exhale, relax the arms just for a brief moment. Close your eyes. Feel how the spine is becoming enlivened in these yoga postures. There's this kind of awakening. Inhale, bring the arms, reach out. And exhale, take the left hand this time to the blocks. Rochelle, turn the toes in, heels out slightly. Lift up through the inner arches, nice. Press down into the outer edges of the feet. Good. Feel the hips squeezing to the midline. And then see if you can create the sense of lengthening of the chest to the wall in front of you. And then there's a slight back bend in the chest. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Now open the chest. Oh, that a little bit more. A little bit more. That's it. Nice. Now bring the arm reach up. And then navel the spine. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, relax the arms. How did that feel? Yeah. Inhale deeply. And exhale deeply. Very good. We're going to do one more pose here. Prasarita Padottanasana. So inhale, lift the chest and heart. Exhale, come forward. And this time I would like you to use both blocks. So separate the blocks, then lift the blocks to the highest point. Bring them a little bit more forward, just a little bit, Rochelle. Not that much, not that much. And have the hands on the blocks and lift the chest towards me. Draw the shoulder blades back. And then one of the last adjustments is the neck. So bring the chin slightly in, but here's the thing. Bring the chest forward. Lift the manubrium up towards me. Good. Now press down into the outer edges of the feet. Lift the inner arches. Really nice, Lakeland. Bring the hips, squeeze the hips into the midline. Bring the sides of the navel to the center line. Lift the pubic bone slightly away from the thighs. Nice, Alex. Can you lift the ski slopes of your buttocks upwards a little bit more? And work on seeing if you can create a little bit more extension in the lumbar spine. We'll stay here for 3 more breaths. Feel your spine becoming enlivened with the breath. Nice. Bend the knees just a little bit to support your back. Bring the hands to your waist. Inhale, come on back up. Elongated spine. Step the left foot up to the front foot. And then bring the hands to Namaste Mudra. Inhaling deeply. And exhaling deeply. Very good. All right, so now we're going to do a fun pose called Bakasana Crow pose. And we're going to use our blocks for this pose, okay? So we're just really going to need one block for this pose. Please watch me, and I'll demonstrate it first, what I want you guys to do, or how I want you guys to practice it, and then you guys can do it on your own. What you're going to do for the first one, and I'm going to show you 2 ways, and I'm going to ask that you guys actually practice both ways, because they're both have something interesting to teach you. So the first one is you just put the block on the floor. You come and stand on the block. It's kind of fun because these are like foam blocks, so it's like a little tricky. Get to practice strengthening your stabilizer muscles. Then you're going to bend your knees and bring your hands to the floor, kind of underneath your shoulders. So wherever your shoulders are, your hands will be underneath. The knees are going to come up on the outsides of the upper arms, but towards the armpits. And you're going to squeeze the knees into the arms. What are you going to do with the knees? Squeeze the knees into the arms. So that's one. So this can be your posture. You can just kind of even hang out here, and that's completely okay. You don't need to go any further. But if you do want to go a little bit further, then what you're going to do is, what are you going to do with the knees? Squeeze the knees into the upper arms as much as you can. Then you're going to lift the back body up. You're going to lift the spine, the lower back up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to lift the navel up towards the spine and then come forward. And then you'll lift up one foot if you can. Then lift up the other foot. And then try to lift both feet up. All right? So that's option 1. Then option 2, or the second way to practice it, it's not really an option. I want you guys to practice both. So you're going to take the block and bring it down to the ground. Now, I like to bring it up a little bit higher. You'll see why in a moment. If you bring it here or here, it might be too low. But again, you just kind of have to experiment with what's the right height for you. The same thing again. I'm going to bring the hands down to the floor underneath my shoulders. I'm going to bring my knees up into the upper arm. And then simply bring the forehead down to the block. Lift up one foot. Lift up the other foot. Lift up both feet, and then lift the head. Look at me, Mom. It's fun. So, a lot of core strength here, a lot of playing around with your core. So one of the keys to this posture is to really feel your navel moving into your spine. Okay? So I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to play with that. So give it a whirl. Nice. It's a little tricky standing on those blocks. There you go. That's it. Nice. Good job. Nice, Dave. There you go, Lakeland. Remember to get the knees up as high as you can and squeeze the knees into the arms, the upper arms. Like as much as you can up into the shoulders. Okay? You okay? Sometimes you fall. Crows out of the nest. Yeah, you could. You're going to try it out and see what happens.
It's more secure.
You feel more secure doing that? All right, you guys. Good. And then try the other option. So put the block in front of you. Rest the head on the block. Very nice, you guys. Way to go, Kyle. All right. Just take another 15, 20 seconds to finish up. Good job. Way to go, Jennifer. So if you guys look at Jennifer really quickly, then the next thing to do, Jennifer, is start to work on straightening your arms. So once you're there, then start to work on straightening the arms in that pose. Not easy to do. Yes. Yeah. All right, you guys, good job. So come on to the floor and come and sit on 3 blankets, please. If you don't have a blanket, then just sit on a block. So if you don't have any blankets, sit on a block. That's completely fine too. And then cross your legs. So please cross your legs. Don't do half lotus pose or something. Just cross the ankles in front of you. Bring them out a little bit. Bring your hands, your 2 fingers, to your heels just for a moment. And push the heels into your fingers. So Ruba, cross your ankles. Just cross your legs. Yeah, and then bring your feet forward. There you go. And then feel where your inner heels are. And do you notice that when you guys push through the heels, your hips squeeze inwards? Then bring your hands to your shoulders. Lift your chest up. Lift your chest up. That's it. Now feel a bit of curve or lumbar extension, and then twist your elbows, twist your upper body to the right as much as you can. So really lifting up and then twisting as much as possible. And then inhale, come back. Lift up the chest as much as you can. Nice, Jennifer. Exhale, twist to the right. There you go. And holding 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, come back. And then lift up the chest again, and then exhale and twist to the right. Nice, that's it. Inhaling, exhaling. Maybe push through those heels of your feet like you did when your fingers were there. Inhale, come back. to center. Lift up the chest and exhale and twist to your right again. Nice. Each time you might notice that you twist a little bit more as those muscles wake up, that their contractibility improves and increases. Come back to the center, lift up the chest, try to get some length in the lumbar spine, and then twist again to the right. That's it, Dave. Nice. 4, 5, 6. Come back to the center. Lift up the chest and heart. Try and really keep that length in the lumbar spine, and then twist again to the right. There you go. Push down here and lift the chest. Lift, 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 twist and lift. Twist, lift and twist. I think that's a song. And come back to center and let the hands relax just for a moment. Just close your eyes. Notice how you feel. There's a sense of awakening and enlivening in the spine. The ancient yogis, the ancient rishis and seers saw in the spine these pockets of potential energy, of dormant, sleeping energy. And so the goal of Hatha Yoga is to awaken those pockets of dormant energy to help us live more fully in our potential. So when you're ready, bring the hands to the shoulders, lift the chest and heart, lift up as much as you can, and elongate in the lumbar spine, and then this time twist to your left. There you go. Twist as much as you can. And then slowly come back to center, lift up again in the heart, extend in the lumbar spine, and then exhale and twist as much as you can to the left. Keep the hips squeezed to the midline so you're not moving the hips. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then come back to center. Lift up again. Lift up in the heart, lift up in the chest. Lift, 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 and then twist. And holding 1, 2, that's it. There you go. 3, 4, 5, 6. Come back to center. Lift everything up and then twist again to the left. There you go. Squeeze the hips into the midline, push the heels slightly away, and then twist into that. And you'll feel that the center core becomes fully activated. Come back to center, lift again, lift everything, and then twist again to the left. And holding 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come back to center, lift everything up, and then again, twist to the left. Even kind of feel like you're lifting up at the pubic bone. And then inhale back to center. One more time, lift everything up. And then twist one last time to the left. Beautiful. Lift up the heart, lift up the chest. That's it. Nice, Marilyn. And then inhale, come back. Exhale, let the hands come down to the knees just for a moment. Really feel how the spine is enlivened, how energy starts to move more freely. When you're ready, please come down onto your backs, lying on your backs. Bring your feet into bridge feet. So bring the feet parallel, flat on the floor, just in front of your hips. Good. Okay, bring the arms out to the sides or over your head. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift the hips up to the sky as much as you can. Just lift the hips up, Kyle. You can leave the feet on the floor. There you go. Squeeze the glutes as much as you can. And then exhale, slowly come on down. Just bring your feet just a little bit wider. There you go. And then see if you can inch them a little closer. There you go. And then lift up the hips as high as you can. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the glutes. Good. Can you lift up a little bit more and then slowly come down? Good. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Relax the glutes and then lift them up. Nice. Good. Now this time maybe lift your toes a little bit off the floor. Feel how the heels are pressing down and then slowly come on down. Good. Relax the glutes and then lift them up again. Lift them up a little bit higher. Good. Squeeze the glutes. Feel how the two sides of your buttocks are moving towards each other. Exhale. Come on down. And then come on back up. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the glutes as much as you can and then slowly come on down. One more time. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. And then lift the hips up as high as you can. Nice. Now this last one, maybe pull the heels a little slightly towards the shoulders. Not too much effort. Not too much. Just pull just to activate the hamstrings a little bit. And then exhale, come on down. Let the hands come back down beside your waist. Pull the knees into the chest. Don't hug them. Just pull the knees into the chest. And then inhale, push the heels up to the ceiling, straightening the legs. The arms come over your head to the floor behind you. And exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Good. Inhale, push the feet up. And exhale, bring the hands down beside your waist, knees to chest. Inhale, push the heels up. And exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Inhale, bring the feet up. And exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Inhale, push the feet up, straightening the legs. And exhale, bring the knees into the chest. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, push the feet up towards the ceiling, bring the arms over the head. Exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Good. Now come up again. Inhale, push up. Bring the arms up over your head. This time we're going to stay here for about 5 to 10 breaths. One of the things to focus on here is to have the legs about 90 degrees. So keep the legs at about 90 degrees. If you're not reaching 90 degrees, that's completely fine. You just do the best you can do. So find the inner heel of the foot. Press up through the inner heel. Press up, up, up there. That's it. Do you feel the inner leg becoming more active? And breathing in, breathing out, pull the leg bone down into the hip. Push the heels up as much as you can. Push, 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 push. And then slowly come down. And now we're going to come into Shavasana. Good. Now set up for Shavasana in a way that you feel is supportive to you. Maybe cover your eyes if you would like to, as we know that light is very stimulating to the brain. Have the arms out to the sides wherever you end up. If you want to do some spinal molding here, that can be really lovely. And just kind of start to settle in. Please do some deep breathing. So breathing in deeply. For just a breath or two or three or four, just feel how the spine has become more enlivened through this practice. That maybe you have a little bit more awareness of the spine, and that the breath is flowing a little bit more easily and effortlessly in the back. Begin to breathe really fully and deeply into the lower part of the belly, please. Feel the pelvic bones, the as-is bones, kind of opening up as you inhale. The point where the two pubic bones meet at the pubic symphysis. See if you can even sense that that area expands and opens with the breath. Inhaling deeply and exhaling. And then feel how the breath is expanding in the lower belly and then moves upwards and expands in the floating ribs, around the solar plexus, and into the side body. See if you can just stay with the deep breath. I know it's nice to just disappear. But see if you can just stay a little conscious with the breath and breathing deeply into these areas of the body. And then start to breathe in deeply into the lower belly, into the side ribs, and then into the upper chest. Please begin to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and take a couple of deep breaths here. And then slowly start to bend one knee. And then slowly start to bend the other knee. And then start to roll over to the side. When you're ready, please come and sit up. Find a comfortable seat. Just kind of closing your eyes. Continuing with this pure breath, breathing in belly, ribs, and heart. And exhaling heart or upper chest, ribs, and belly. You can sometimes hear in the breath as you breathe deeply the sound so on the inhale and hum on the exhale. Just follow the breath and follow the sound with your mind. Follow that sound so on the inhale and hum on the exhale. Good. Take a deep breath in and exhale deeply. And then we'll take another deep breath in and chant one Om on the exhale. With an enlivened spine, it's radiating pranic energy and force. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.